Hey, how's it going? Welcome to week 3. Yeah, it's week 3. It feels like it's been a whole freaking season. It's been a long few weeks for me, man. I'm 0-2. No, that's not. My name is Sora. I'm coach of the Dover Delmais. I'm 0-2. I've won 0 games so far this season, and yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're coming into a matchup against LS and the Flipping Flamigos, a team that's 1-1. We'll take a look at the matchup in just a moment. Yeah, I would really love to pick up a win this week, please. Thank you, please. Or at least let's start with a game, maybe. I don't know. I've been feeling real bad. I'm gonna be honest. I've been feeling real bad lately about uh about draft league. I just feel like such an idiot with how bad I've been performing the last couple seasons. So I would really like a good match that makes me feel like I can actually do it. So that's what we're gonna try to do this week. We're gonna try to do it. Let's take a look at the matchup and see what we're dealing with today. So, like I said, I'm 0-2, yet to win a game, and LS comes in at an even 1-1. So, if I manage to squeak out a win today, we'll have the same record, though my differential is horrendous and his is 0. So, would still be behind them in the standings overall. The first thing that really stood out to me about this match is how slow I am, and that's actually a good thing, for me at least. I looked at this, the speed tiers or whatever, and my first thought was, "Damn, Trick Room is amazing this week. It is such a good Trick Room week." I basically like half my team under speeds, like my whole team basically under speeds, half his team. I have like, what is it, 5 Pokemon that speed tie or under speed his entire team. So yeah, we're playing Trick Room this week. The hardest Trick Room you can imagine. I actually, we'll see this in a minute. Across my 6 Pokemon, I think I've invested like 20 speed EVs, and that's only to avoid speed ties with my own Pokemon. I have not invested any speed EVs to outspeed his Pokemon. I don't think I've ever done that before. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it again. But to me, looking at the matchup, obviously, I have the fast mode option because I have a Talonflame. He has no Prancer priority Tailwind setter, but he has Lycanroc, which just kills. Like I basically would have to Terra or run Sash on my Talonflame, which opens me up to just getting double priorityed, and I can't rely on Tailwind. I basically cannot bring Talonflame this week. It is completely awful. I guess I do have Fletch in there, but like I wouldn't. I honestly like that could come too. I can't believe I actually missed that when I mentioned that, but yeah, I don't feel like Talonflame is an option whatsoever this week. So yeah, Slowking is my lord and savior. Slowking is my everything this week. If Slowking can't do it, then I can't do it. That's just the way it's going. So yeah, let's take a look at the squad I managed to craft with a little bit of help from friend of the channel Goose, who's kind of hiding in the background these days. Took a season off from draft league, but I've been running some ideas past him, so he contributed a little bit to this squad, and so if there's anything wrong with it, blame him. But yeah, let's take a look at the squad. So first up, we have King Gambit. This is a pretty good King Gambit match. There's double Intimidate on the other team. Obviously, you have to deal with fighting type moves from the basically like all of them learn fighting type moves. There's so many fighting type moves I have to contend with, which is why Terra Ghost is basically a no-brainer this week. There's really no real need for Assault Vest this week because there's not a ton of special attackers on Ellis's side, and like if it's gonna be a Porygon Z with a Terra, it's just gonna kill me even if I have AV. Like let's be real, like that thing's damage output is scary. So Life Orb feels a lot better, giving myself that 30% damage boost. You could argue Black Glasses could be a potentially better option. It's less power, but it doesn't take your HP away. But having the Life Orb boost on Iron Head and Low Kick is nice to have. Obviously, so if you're not running like AV or choice item, it's always nice to have Protect. But in this case, I really wanted 4 attacks anyway. I feel like every attack on this set has a good, place in the matchup. Low Kick is obviously there for Tyranitar. It basically forces out a Terra. It can be sneaky, like you might. I feel like you should expect it because it's a pretty common move on King Gambit, even in VGC. But it lasers Tyranitar. It makes it not a problem. It forces it to Terra, whatever. But it also hits a couple other things, like like if they run. Iron Head also hits rock types, right? So like and rock takes more damage to Iron Head, but yeah, low kick is really just a Tyranitar answer. And the Kowtow Cleave, Sucker Punch, Iron Head, there's really not a whole lot to say. And we're min speed King Gambit. So if you're keeping track at home of the speed stats, my King Gambit speed stat is 49. We'll keep that running info going. Next up we have Glamora. I'm whipping out the Meteor Beam set with the Power Herb. I don't think I've done that yet. Now Glamora kind of has an awkward matchup here. Rock is really good into Alice's team, but Poison is not. And it's also it's like in that awkward situation of you don't want to take a ground move because you're just dead, so you kind of have to terror it. So I don't really expect this thing to be the linchpin in the plan this week. It's there potentially as a lead next to Slowking to threaten damage and basically force them to choose between targeting Slowking, which you'll see I have Protect on Slowking that kind of bait that out a little bit, or threaten like a huge Meteor Beam turn 1 and then Power Gem +1 kills a lot of things. It's not going to Tyranitar, but Terra Flying on Tyranitar is always a possibility that you need to be prepared for. So Terra Flying Tyranitar doesn't really want to eat a +1 Power Gem, stuff like that. So yeah, Acid Spray. So there's like 2 speed groups on my team. There's everybody, and then there's Glamora, and we'll see Komodo. Glamora actually underspeeds Komodo by 1 point. So it has 106. Komodo has 107, which we'll see in a minute. So I have Acid Spray, and we'll just keep that in mind. I have Acid Spray. And Terra Grass obviously covers for the ground type moves. Defensive Terra. I'm not running a grass move, obviously. So just good defense to have. Next up, we have who I said this guy is he is the reason, he is the one, he's why I get out of bed in the morning, at least this week. It's Slowking. He is our Slowking. It's in the name, man. There's not much more to say. Oblivious, Covert Cloak. You can't fake me out. You can't taunt me. The only thing you can do is roar me or imprison me, which there are options on Alice's team. He has multiple things that can roar at me, and he has Imprison Trick from Sinistra. Something to be aware of. Ice Beam with this specific special attack investment will kill a Garchomp that does not have special defense investment. So because it's force effective, so even if it's not stab, it is still enough. My Slowking speed stat is 51. So King Gambit is 49, Slowking's 51. Just keeping track of that. Protect was kind of a last second addition to obviously you look at my team the 6 I'm bringing, you look at them, you see there's no Talonflame. You see all these slow Pokemon. I need Trick Room. There are things I can do without Trick Room, but they are not going to win me a match. I need Trick Room at least 1 or 2 of these games to even have a shadow of a chance of winning. So that means that Slowking demands respect on lead. It has to be accounted for in lead, because if I get Trick Room up, I can just completely run away with the match. So having Protect is a way to kind of play mind games. Like I could just Protect turn 1, and if you try to double me, whatever's standing next to Slowking, which could be a I don't know, maybe like a Choice Specs Komodo, is gonna get a ton of damage off onto you, and that's what Komodo is here for. I'm done setting up. I'm banning myself from Clang Soul. I have had Mirror Herb after Contrary, like topsy-turvy. I've had enough setup. We're not setting up. We're running Choice Specs, max special attack. This has like 80% of the speed EVs on my team, at 12. And that's so that, like I said, it outspeeds Glamora by 1 point, so that in Trick Room it goes after it, so that I can press Acid Spray and then a special attack. Body Press. Choice Specs Body Press might look funny on paper, but it kills Tyranitar, right? Tyranitar, if it's running AV in the sand, it's basically running like Aura Sphere or something into it is not going to kill it, right? Because it basically is only super effective at that point or whatever. So it's just not going to get the job done. Body Press, however, will. And if I sort of like show the special set one game, I can conceal the body press and maybe you won't see it coming. Overcoat is pretty decent, and I feel like Kamoa's abilities are like really cool because I feel like you can use a different one every week and they're always somewhat viable. Overcoat here, immune to sand damage, immune to rage powder. Pretty cool. Arguably, like Sinister Shadow Ball would have been nice to block with bulletproof, but I'm Terra Steel with flash cannon. That's the battle any Terra fairies that might come because obviously Kamo does not want to deal with fairy. So yeah, Terra Steel flash cannon is there to deal with Terra fairy. Otherwise, we're probably just looking to press Clang Scales, and then Vacuum Wave is kind of a neat bring against the team that has like a 4x weakness to fighting for in Tyranitar and like other weak. It's generally fighting weak, and then with Terra, like there could be more fighting weak Pokemon. Vacuum Wave has a chance depending on the Lycanroc set. If they're on Sash, it can just kill them straight up. It can do a ton of damage to Tyranitar. It's good to have priority because this thing is slightly fast. So in Trick Room, it's a little bit awkward sometimes if he's got some slower Pokemon kicking around, so having priority is always nice to have. We're bringing back Arboliva. I still believe in this Pokemon. I still think it can be good in the right scenarios. This time around, we are running a Throat Spray Alluring Voice set. So Fairy is a pretty good offensive typing into LS's team. It's a pretty good defensive typing as well. Just Fairy is an incredible type. So being able to press Alluring Voice and get a Throat Spray boost, and then potentially Terra Fairy and have that +1 stab Alluring Voice, or just having some Giga Drains. Giga Drain's not really useful into this matchup. Like it hits Lycanroc. It's like neutral on Garchomp, and it hits Tyranitar. I say hit with air quotes that you can't see because like if it's in the sand with AV, like no special attack really hits Tyranitar, and then protect. So the running tally, my Arboliva speed is 52. So King Gambit 49, Slowking 51, Arboliva 52. And rounding us off at 50 speed through the use of a minus speed nature and 2 speed IVs is Electros. Packing the good old coil set. Another acid sprayer. This one, like I said, 50 speed, which means he underspeeds both Slowking and Arboliva. Just barely. It took some doing, but I made it work. This thing can, in Trick Room, press Acid Spray, and then Slowking's kind of paltry, like, it's like okay special attack, suddenly is essentially doubled. Arboliva's moves, hitting like a truck, right? Good to have. On the physical side, we can just set up some coils. LS team is very physically oriented. Like, there's Porygon Z and Sinistra. I would just like, if they come and I don't take care of them, they'll blow me up. That's fine. But there's a lot of focus on physical attacks. So getting a couple coils up would be pretty cool. And then Drain Punch obviously does a really good job into the other team. Supercell Slam is like okay. It's I need a stab move, really. It's good to have a stab move. It's a little risky because it can miss, and if they do some like Terra Ground something, I can blow myself up. But if they Terra Flying something so that they can spam Earthquake with Garchomp, for example, that gives me a move to hit them with. Yeah, Terra Steel is just there to, I'm immune to ground moves regardless, so like I can Terra Steel in front of a Garchomp and still not have to worry about it, and I get a resistance to like rock moves from Garchomp, Lycanroc, Tyranitar, stuff like that. So yeah, that is the squad. I don't think I've ever gone this hard Trick Room before, to the point where like if I don't get it up, I probably just lose. So it's gonna be interesting. It should be a good time. So without further ado, let's hop into the matchup and see how it goes. Let's get in there. He has the. All right, let's see. We see basically exactly what we expected to see here. Nothing out of the ordinary. This is basically the 6 I would have most expected to come. And you would think that that means that I have everything I need prepared for it. But if you don't know me, I'm stupid. So just gonna have to do our best here. Their Terra's Fire. All right. Steel, ground, rock, and poison. Rock, Tyranitar, huh? Interesting. Well, we're always leading Slowking. If he runs Roar, he runs Roar. It's always possible. I think the lead... The Komodo lead feels like okay here. What's he gonna lead? I mean, I don't hate the Komodo lead. I could also just go for the Glamora lead here. He's quite fast, so I definitely need my Trick Room up. So I need something next to Slowking that is threatening, that threatens damage. For sure. There's no Terra Fairy on the other team, which is interesting. So I kind of like just going Komodo. And then King Gambit in the back always feels pretty solid. And against double Terra Fire, I assume he's got Terra Blast on at least one of those. Glamour's not great. Let's go Eel, maybe. Actually, Eel has a pretty rough offensive matchup, though. Right? Into this, like, it hits Tyranitar, and it can hit Porygon if it doesn't Terra. I guess, I mean, the offensive matchup is fine. It's just really bad in the Sinistra, so I need to make sure I have a Sinistra answer. Which I should. I mean, Slowking looks like it goes crazy mode in this match if I maneuver it correctly. Unfortunately, I like need to lead it. I have no options. So I think the fourth Mon for game 1. Do I want it to be Arboliva? Let's do Arboliva. Okay, so they go straight up Intimidate lead, Fake Out. They shouldn't have anything. There shouldn't be like any double that kills Slowking, I don't think. But I'm also tempted to just like call his bluff and just Ice Beam this Garchomp. Is it really bad for me to do that? I'm pressing Trick Room for sure. I don't really want to Terra right away. It's probably Fake Out into this slot and then maybe a Dragon move. It's Terra Steel on the Hitmontop. I'm thinking I could go Arboliva and hope that it's not gonna like pop me with a Choice Band or something. But they could also close combat the slot, which would make me feel kind of silly if they did. I could also just go for a Clang Scales. Okay, they just straight Terrifier. They Swords Dance. Okay. Clang Scales goes off. I get my Trick Room up because I cannot be faked out. That's actually pretty darn good as a start there. So they will die to another Clang Scales, and I should underspeed basically everything on his team now, except for Tyranitar and probably Sinistra. I definitely underspeed the Garchomp, which is good. I'm obviously locked in here. How much did that do to Hitmontop? 65. It's probably a kill. It could be a roll. Probably no reason not to just Scald and Clang Scales. Because Garchomp gets no access to priority at all. He burns his Terra turn 1, which is... Oh, okay. I'm glad I doubled the slot. Okay, so they're they're slower than my Komodo. That's good to know. Good to know. Good to know. All right, so Porygon, Pori Beartic comes in. I mean, I'm kind of down. Does Ice Beam? Is there any chance Ice Beam just kills Sinistra? It can. It might. It obviously depends on their set, but I'll go Ice Beam, and I think we'll go. I mean, King Gambit also doesn't really want to take a Hyper Beam. It's still a lot of damage. So So we'll just clang skills again, to be honest. Okay. 2 turns for Trick Room. They protected already. So we will just go for... I think if we get Porygon into Sucker Punch range, we're all set. We don't know if Garchomp has Protect or not. I should take some notes in the meantime. So we know that Hitmontop was slower than Komodo. And would you look at that? We won a fucking game, boys. We took a game, all right? They can't take that away from us. 1 game, we got it. All right. So that was good. That was good. I like that. It was a 4-0. That's a good feeling. Let's not let that get to our heads though. So I'm just gonna take some quick notes. So it definitely Swords Dance, Dragon Claw, something. I'm not gonna take anything, assuming anything here. Porygon Z was Protect. They had we saw nothing from Sinistcha. We only saw Fake Out and CC. And CC from this. Okay. Okay. So I don't see any reason to not just go for basically the same thing and force him to adapt and see how he adapts. Because he doesn't even know what I had in the back there. And I didn't Terra. I mean, he knows the Terras, obviously, because of the open Terra, but... is there any reason to switch this up? I mean, he knows now that I'm Cloak, so he can't fake me out. So the only... I feel like if you're thinking I'm going to bring Cloak and you were going to bring Roar, you probably would have just gone for it, right? So there was no T-Tar or Lycanroc that game, so I'd expect them to come this game. I'm kind of down for the same lead though, to be honest, because he knows I'm special. He might not think I have Body Press. It was PZ and Sinistcha in the back. And King Gambit is still pretty good. If I expect Lycanroc, okay, we'll go here. Let me grab this Game 1 replay. All right. We're feeling good. If I'm gonna be honest, I was really not feeling good about this match. Not that I've really felt good about any match so far this season, but I legit had... Oh, I just said legit. I'm 30 years old. I had like a friggin... I had a panic attack earlier today thinking about this game, which is not normal. That does not happen normally. Okay. So he's just going to go for the Lycanroc lead. I have to assume it has Play Rough. This could have Imprison Trick Room. I have to hope that they don't have enough Shadow Ball plus... I also have to assume that they're Sash, right? They could also just press Trick Room themselves. I could go for a double into the slot. Is that too aggressive? And like read that they might try to press Trick Room? Okay, they do have Play Rough. And they just went for damage, okay. I probably should have respected that more. Vacuum Wave was really close to killing there too. They probably are Sash though, so it likely doesn't... I definitely should have gotten the Trick Room there. That was kind of stupid. Because now I basically have to Terra Ghost, which means Shadow Ball hurts. I will switch to Arboliva, and I probably have to Terra Ghost and Kowtow Cleave into Sinistcha. I'm not Regenerator, so I can also Protect. Because I don't live another Shadow Ball, unfortunately. The problem is if I have to Terra Ghost so I don't get blown up by close combat, but then I eat a Shadow Ball, which kind of sucks. But I do live it. Sucker is potentially arranged to kill depending on their set, but I don't know if I want to risk that. Okay, they poison. Shadow Ball. Coaching. Okay. That's interesting. Terra Poison with coaching onto Sinistra. Interesting. Having another Mon's name in brackets breaks the calc. He put Beartick in all of his Pokemon's names. So, I mean, I kind of just have to hard read that, and then I think I'm probably going to lose this one. I'm not going to be able to do enough damage to this thing now. So we'll just go Iron Head into here. Yeah, the thing is, I don't have a way to kill this Sinistra now. I didn't respect him pressing Terra there like that. I mean, I can damage it. It would take 2 turns to kill it. And I'm going to get hit hard by a Shadow Ball here. Yep. Okay. So at least they can't they could have Terra Blast, which is kind of a yikes if you ask me. I can always sucker them, but they can just switch and then I don't sucker them. I can close combat, or I can low kick this. And do I live a knockoff? Is there any way? Probably not. Is there a better move here? I mean, this is only press Shadow Ball. I doubt it's specs. It's not anything crazy. I'm wondering. I mean, I feel like Sucker is too obvious. And they can just switch into Hitmontop. So I just want to Alluring Voice that and go for low kicks. I haven't shown it. Rock Blast. Okay, they just wanted the double to kill me, I guess. Oh, wait. They strength sapped my Arboliva. That is an interesting play to make, actually. What? I'm a little confused about that. So I have to protect here on Fake Out, right? And then I'll just... I guess they read Sucker Punch. That makes sense. They read Sucker Punch. That was their way of stopping me from Sucker Punching. I probably definitely want to protect here. Do I think they go for it again? Or do I go for Sucker Punch? That's a tough call. I'm going to press Sucker Punch and just hope. I don't know. I think Protect is definitely, because I can be faked out here, and then I don't know what else this has once I get rid of the Hitmontop, though, so I'm almost tempted to just, like, target the Hitmontop instead, but Sucker doesn't do much, because it's resisted. Iron Head does a lot. It's not enough to kill unless I crit. But the problem is, I am not guaranteed to be able to move. And if Sinistra... If Sinistra gets a Strength Sap off on Kingambit, it'll be full health. And then I just get close combated anyway, don't I? But I'm dead to close combat is the problem. I'm gonna call his bluff. They rage powder. Okay. That's tough, yeah. GG. It was a tough situation. I didn't really have much of a better plan. Okay, so they showed Shadow Ball, Strength Sap, and Rage Powder. And obviously we knew Fake Out CC. We saw Rock Blast from T-Tar, which is interesting, which makes me think, how many times did he hit with it? 4? So it could be loaded dice. We don't have like a hard confirmation on that, and obviously we saw Play Rough on Lycan Rock. I don't think there's any thinking to do here, right? Unless I could pick up like a cheeky kill. No. Maybe they. What if they don't? Why? What is he thinking about here? Actually, does he not have a move to hit King Gambit with him on top? Maybe coaching, fake out, close combat, maybe helping hand. So Sucker Punch would always be the better play. Yeah. They don't have any. Okay, they don't. Yeah. All right. So that's good to know though. That means they have nothing to hit Terra Ghost with their him on top. Okay. We get to a game 3. Tyranitar has phased out of reality. It is now gone. It's off my screen. I don't know what that means. I'm sure that's fine though. I mean, my big problem there was I didn't get Trick Room up. I didn't get Trick Room up. I need to just get Trick Room up. And I think he might lead. What did we see? We only saw Play Rough on Lycan Rock. Maybe I'll go. I don't know. I don't know that I love Glim on lead. Because this Lycan Rock probably has a ground move. It's probably like Celerock, another rock move, Play Rough, ground move. Could be close combat though for King Gambit. Do I just want to go the same? I mean, if I go the same lead, it's pretty obvious that I'm going to Terra. But Terra's Steel, I feel like Ghost was really good. If we can get rid of this stupid Terra Poison. Terra Poison Sinistra is a problem because I don't have a Psychic move on Slowking. Let's see here. I mean, am I okay leading Kamo and just being forced to Terra turn 1 to steal and hope that Slowking doesn't get destroyed by a double? So we saw from game 1 that in Trick Room, Hitmontop was faster than Kamo. So Hitmontop is slower than Kamo. The eel's kind of bad here if I can't get rid of Sinistra. We know that Vacuum Wave is not a one-shot. I should have assumed the Sash anyway, so it's kind of like... Arbeliva was like... Arbeliva in Trick Room would have been really nice there, but we didn't get into Trick Room because I'm stupid. So we definitely need to go for Trick Room 100%. The question is does Eel help my matchup at all? Supercell Slam's kind of useless into their team because they have no. That was kind of to account for Terra Flying. I mean, I guess if I coil up, it's only let's try Electros. Okay, Sinistra comes in, Lycanroc comes in. I'm okay to just, I'm gonna press Trick Room this time, and I'm gonna just, I think I might just Terra Steel attack, to be honest. Because Play Rough is gonna come out. They can Terra Poison. That doesn't give them any defensive advantage here. They can Terra Fire. That doesn't give them any defensive advantage here. The question is, does... We only saw Play Rough. Can they double? Maybe I protect in Clang Scales? Yeah. Because they might double the slot reading the... Okay, no, they're just going for it, I see. Alright. So now we're going to Trick Room, and we'll switch to our King Gambit, maybe? On potential Play Rough. It could be a fighting move now, though. If they have it. We'll go Eel. I need to keep Komoa alive because it's really good in Trick Room. Other than against Sinistra, obviously. I mean, if it has close combat, does it even kill me, is the question. Yeah, -1 defense it would, for sure. Alright, this is a very, very pivotal turn. I once again didn't just press Trick Room, but I kind of had... I feel like I had to respect the idea that he would be prepared for me to press Terra Steel. Like, maybe he didn't look at the Terras again and forgot that I'm Terra Steel or something. Because there was no way I was going to do the same exact thing I did last game, right? But I think maybe he was just trying to keep me honest there. Yep, it was close combat. I will definitely live. Get the Trick Room up. All right. I mean, Matcha Gotcha is wicked annoying, man. That did 39.6%. I do take another one. We don't know exactly how much Ice Beam does to Sinistra. The Electros should also take another one. I need to get rid of this stupid thing. So I will Ice Beam it. And I think... I might Acid Spray whatever is coming in. Because Acid Spray will kill this anyway. I can fish for a freeze or something. Okay. They strength sap me. That's such an annoying move because now I'm -1 attack. I need to get King Gambit in and Trick Room to kill this thing, but he can just Terra it. So Ice Beam did half to them. They can Rage Powder here, which is scary. And I need to be prepared for that. They could Terra Poison and Rage Powder. I mean, I haven't shown Drain Punch, but they have to assume I have it. Returns a Trick Room. I think this... I mean, it feels like this... Do you really run Rock Blast without loaded dice? And your Tyranitar was Terra Rock, so it doesn't... I mean, it doesn't resist either move, but the problem is if I press Drain Punch and they just Rage Powder, then it's GG's. But they could Terra Poison. If they Terra Poison... and I put them to -2, how much does Scald do? 60. It's not enough. It's a problem. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not enough. Oh, they didn't rage powder me. Okay. Interesting. Okay, they just kill my Slow King, but that's fine because now I get to go to... What's my biggest hit on this thing? We don't know what his last Pokemon is. There's 2 turns of Trick Room. Okay. I need to think about this a little bit. I could go Komodo, and I underspeed. The problem is I'm already Terra'd, right? If it's Hitmontop in the back, then I am in trouble either way, actually. So I will go Komodo. If it's Hitmontop, I'm in trouble. Because they are slower than me and can just close combat. So I probably want to just press Clinging Scales. And Coil's not really doing me any favors here. A -1 attack. I could switch to King Gambit to have it in with 1 turn of Trick Room left. Supercell's not doing a whole lot. I could get faked out. Problem is I need close combat. Did we see? I mean, we saw it press close combat. Who did he press it into? He killed Arboliva with it, which, I mean, he always was going to. Okay. Two turns of Trick Room. Outside of Trick Room, honestly, might need to sack my King Gambit. But then I still come in with 1 turn of Trick Room left because I can't protect any of my Pokemon that are left. I think we just have to go for it. Do I ever switch Electros out here? I don't think so. It's a tough call. This is probably a loss. Now, yeah, Clinging Scales is always my best move. But close combat should always kill me. Unless they're like not max attack. But they can just Shadow Ball me. But I don't think I have I don't have any other option really. Okay, they just fake me out. Okay, that actually might be okay. They have Citrus. I think I actually sack King Gambit here. Is the play. And I go for another... Because this has Matcha Gotcha, Shadow Ball. I need to kill this Hitmontop. I outspeeded outside Trick Room. We just saw that the Supercell does 45% even at -1. So I think I have to sack my King Gambit so I get Komo outside of Trick Room. And I go for Supercell Slam and hope I don't miss the 95% accurate move. The other option would be... I think it's too risky to not hit Hitmontop here. I'd have to assume it's probably, since it's slower than me, it's probably max HP, max attack or something like that. I'm obviously not pressing Vacuum Wave here. I will die to close combat. But this is the last turn of Trick Room. They don't have Trick Room themselves. I switch to King Gambit for Komodo, die to close combat, come in, Clanging Scales. They will be -1 and they should die. So I need my Clanging Scales to kill Sinistra. So I need to do as much damage as I possibly can to Sinistra here. I think. So what's better? Hitting Sinistra at -2 with Clanging Scales? I think so. So we're gonna... We're gonna acid spray and switch to Kangambit. This is my gambit. Okay. So now we're outside of Trick Room. I should be able to press Clanging Scales. And hopefully that's enough to win the game. If it's not, it's not. But we know that Hitmontop is slower than me. This is now at -1. It should not be able to kill me. Let me, if it's max special defense for whatever reason, does it die? It dies. It's dead. I can't miss. It's dead. Hitmontop is not AV, so it should be dead too. But I will always Drain Punch just in case. I don't want to miss. I'm probably not attacking with Electros anyway. Like, Clanging Scales should kill both here. They can't Terra. They have already Terra'd. Neither Pokemon resists this. I'm fast. I'm guaranteed faster than this Hitmontop and the Sinistcha, right? Because we saw it in, was it in game 1? I'm in Trick Room, right? And Hitmontop goes before Komodo in Trick Room, which means it is slower than me. And they are -1 special defense because of the close combat. This is my only chance. This is my chance to just kill him. Come on, Komodo, please, I'm begging you. Don't be like don't be like a speed tire. If it's a speed tie, I'm retiring. He's taking his sweet time. He's making me think about it. What am I missing something here? It's not over till it's over, man. Press the button. Press the button, please. Just press the button. I don't want to type GG. I'm scared. Please, just click it. Please, I'm begging you. Just come on. We're finally on the board, boys. It was close. It required some... It was a little iffy. That feels so good, though. I'm not going 0-7. I might go 1-6. I don't give a shit. I'm not going 0-7. Let's go. All right? That is what we call a good old-fashioned, hard-fought W. All right? I feel like I blacked out for part of that. But we made it. All right. I made a good play in the late game for once. That, you don't see that. You do not see that. That is what you like to see. Well, not a whole lot to break down there. I feel like I talked for like 10 minutes every turn because it was a bit of a slow-paced game. So you got my thoughts already. I hope you enjoyed. I hope we can maybe win another match next week. It's possible. Crazier things have happened. I could actually win 2 matches in a row. We haven't seen it in like 3 seasons or something, but it could happen, all right? It could happen. I'm going to head off. I'm going to go make this damn video and post it. And we're going to see you next week. So have a good one. And thank you for watching.